I may forget something, just go. Abhishek, we're good? Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Houston Oasis. My name is Tim, and I'll be your MC for today. Thanks for braving the rain on a Sunday morning, no less. For those unaware, Houston Oasis is a secular community of compassion and reason. We have 5 core values. You can see them right here on this banner. I chose to point out one in particular today. Human hands solve human problems. Because today is the last day of the Secular Week of Action that began on the 26th, and our amazing volunteering committee organized a lot of great opportunities for us to get out there and make a difference and put those hands to good use. Okay, but you don't have to wait for April. Check out our Houston Oasis meetup page and our Facebook. All throughout the year, we're going to have those kind of volunteer events if you feel like giving back. Okay. So let's move on to our program for today. We have a community moment from Kelly Rhoades to talk about the upcoming Houston Pride Festival. Our main talk will be given by Dr. Barry Friedman of the Citizens Climate Lobby. But to start, we will have a few songs from our musical guest. Just a reminder, please silence your cell phones or put your phones on vibrate for the rest of the program. Another one of our beliefs, another one of our core values is people are more important than beliefs, but I'm working on getting that amended to comma and your phone. So, okay. Okay. Our musical guests almost needs no introduction. They've been performing at Oasis many times before. And universe willing, would continue to do so in the future. Ken is a singer, songwriter, producer, teacher, and master of ceremonies who's been performing for more than 50 years. Yeah. Oh no, you're back okay? You didn't just go out? Okay. Let's give it up for Ken and Wayne, y'all.
We're going to do a real quick sound check with Wayne here.
Get a peek behind the curtain.
And Wayne, I'm surprised you wore red.
Oh,
Wayne always wears red.
Getting anything? Well,
He's got a look.
should be. You're probably just hearing the guitar.
Don't make me stall for time. I'm terrible at improv. Jacob, you should come up here and tell us a joke. You got 10 on the... I know you have 10, like, ready to go right now.
Y'all know why the 3 wise men were all covered with ashes and soot?
Why is that?
Because they come from afar. Living in Oregon, it's so much fun to tell that joke.
You don't have me muted somewhere?
That's better.
That dog will hunt. Go ahead. Got it? We good? Here's one I forgot I wrote. Literally. When I was young, I wanted to work on the railroad. I always waved to the man in the caboose. Never knew what he did. But what the hell, I was just a kid. And it seemed like the life for me In the course of time, I changed my mind. I was going to be a cowboy and a priest on the side. So on it went. My childhood days were spent dreaming of who I would be. And if daydreams were moonbeams, I could light up the nighttime and chase all the stars from the sky. And if wishes were fishes, I'd know every ocean. If hopes had wings, I could fly. Oh, if hopes had wings, I could fly. I could light up the nighttime and chase all the stars from the sky. And if wishes were fishes, I'd know every ocean. If hopes had wings, I could fly. Oh, if hopes had wings, I could fly. And now that I'm older and worldly and wise, all my illusions have gradually faded. I've become quite resigned to limitations of every kind. So many things I'll never try. But this cowboy rode herd over 3 fine suns, and I preached to them day after day. And along with my wife, I ride the rails of my own life and wave to the kids passing by. And if daydreams were moonbeams, I could light up the nighttime and chase all the stars from the sky. And if wishes were fishes, I'd know every ocean. If hopes had wings, I could fly. Yeah, if daydreams were moonbeams, I could light up the nighttime, chase all the stars from the sky. And if wishes were fishes, I'd know every ocean. If hopes had wings, I could fly. All my hopes have wings, and I fly. Thank you. And that is literally a song I forgot I wrote. I wrote that probably 32 years before I moved to Houston, over 30 years ago. So, and in the process of moving, you lose things and you find things. So, here's one I think somebody wanted me to sing this here. This is a Rhoades song. Way out here on this highway, nothing else but time. Between the last stop and the next one down the line. It's a simpler way of living, a simpler way to see. Leaving all my worldly cares behind. Way out here, I could see it all so clearly. Way out here, where the mountains meet the sky. How everyone I love, all that I hold dear, come together in the distance way out here. Together in the distance way out here. lost before I knew him as a friend. Somewhere out in front I know he's waiting there for me as I sweep across the circle once again. Way out here I can see it all so clearly. You can sing too. Way out here where the mountains meet the sky. How everyone I love, all that I hold dear, come together in the distance way out here. Together in the distance way out here. On guitar. Once before I die, I'd like to fly up to the moon to see this sweet old world from way out there. No borders, no boundaries, the ocean and the land, the clarity the distance brings to bear. I'd lift my eyes and sing this little prayer. You can sing it too. Way out here, I can see it all so clearly. Way out here, where the mountains meet the sky. How everyone I love, all that I hold dear, come together in the distance way out here. Together in the distance way out here. Thank you very much.
So good, those guys. Perfect song for right after a rainstorm, right? Okay, we're going to hear more from them later, but we're going to have our community moment right now. Today, it is going to be given by Kelly Rhoades. She wears many leadership hats. Assistant State Director for American Atheists, co-founder of SHORE, Secular Houston Organizing for the Right to Equality, Humanists of Houston, you name it. Today, she'll be talking about the upcoming Houston Pride Festival. Kelly?
So first, I just want to say thank you to everybody who participated in Secular Week of Action, all the volunteering that we did. It was really good to see people out and making the secular, our organizations visible. At the food bank yesterday, we had some great conversations with young religious people to either side of us in the line preparing the senior boxes. So it's really great to be out and, letting people know we exist and showing that we're still good people, even though we don't believe in a God. The blood drive that we're doing, you still have time to participate if you haven't already. Most of the centers are open on Sundays, and you just need to give them the donation code H912. Okay, take off that hat. And I'd like to talk to you about Pride Festival. In the flyer for today, what is that called? The bulletin. It says Pride Parade, but we are not participating in the parade. As the secular organizations, we have a booth at the Pride Festival. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. I know we've all heard about Pride, but I just want to make sure everybody's aware why June is Pride Month. Sorry. Thanks. Okay. All right. That's really close. So Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Pride Month, or LGBT Pride Month, or more commonly now we say LGBTQ+, is celebrated annually in June to honor the 1969 Stonewall riots. We try to make it more of a celebration now that the community has earned some rights and recognition in society. And so by celebrating during June, we help to raise visibility for the community, which helps to achieve, equal justice and hopefully equal opportunities for this important community. Let's see. All right, here in Houston, the Pride Festival that we're participating in is on June 29th, and they will also have a parade that evening. But once again, our group, as an organized representation, will be there during the festival as a booth. Their theme is "You Won't Break Our Pride," and the organizers are Pride Houston 365, meaning we have pride every day of the year. All right, so why should we participate? Why is it important for us as a secular organizations to participate in Pride? So recent surveys have shown that over half of the LGBTQ+ community are not religious. They're not religious. They're the perfect group for us to be showing up for and supporting. All right, and especially the young people, young adults, 18 to 24, 61.5% are not religious. So the younger and younger generations, they're seeing the light and, going towards secularism. Also, it shouldn't need to be said, but all humans are important, no matter if they're like us or not, and we need to be there for them. So it's really important for us to show our support. Excuse me. I don't really like talking in front of a big group. Some other reasons to participate: to increase the visibility of our secular community. A lot of people just do not know that we're here. They don't know how to find us. And we want to share the good news that we have multiple groups in Houston that get together and just celebrate being human, enjoying each other's company, helping out where we can. And also we have the potential to grow our groups. When we were at Houston Pride a couple years ago, I met somebody who's now a very active member of Houston Atheists and one of our family's good friends. So it's really amazing the connections that we can make at Pride. So we have a committee, and we have representatives from these 4 different groups: Houston Oasis, Houston Atheists, Secular Houston, and Shore. We have at least one representative from each group, and as you probably know by now, we have a lot of shared members between the groups. Each of these 4 groups kind of has a specific role, and so we can help out and have camaraderie between the groups. So we meet virtually on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of the month. So we have 4 meetings left before the Pride Festival. If you want to join, you can email me, kelly.rhoades@atheist.org, if you're interested in joining our committee. So this is a working title, but we want to have like an umbrella name because we have all these groups together at the booth. Something that's catchy and people can see. So our working name is Pride Beyond Belief. If you have any ideas, let me know. Especially like for our banner and marketing materials and such. We're always looking for more ideas. So let me know if you have any, brilliant logos or something that we should do, or a way to let people know that we're here. So at the booth, we're going to be giving out information about all of our groups. We'll have sign-ups for the groups for email, so we can follow up with people that are interested. We'll have QR codes so they can see our websites and meetup groups and all the good things that we're doing. And of course, we'll have giveaways, because it's not a festival booth without giveaways. Bottles of water. When we did Pride in 2022, we gave away 1,000 water bottles, and we ran out by like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. People came back asking for water. It's so hot. They really need to move the festival to a different month. But the reason why it's celebrated in June is to honor Stonewall riots. So I understand why it's then, but it's a little warm. But we also will have temporary tattoos. We're going to order hand fans. And if you have any additional brilliant ideas, let me know. So in order to run this booth, we need help. We need you. The festival runs from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., plus setup and teardown. And we have about 30 shifts that we need to fill. They're about an hour and a half long. So we're going to have trainings and practices ahead of the festival, so people are comfortable and know what to say to people that come and visit our booth, so we can represent our organizations well. And you know, if we don't get a new member, at least they know we exist. They have a good idea of what we do. Maybe they tell their friends. So that training will be super important. And we don't have our volunteer sign up yet. Our first committee meeting was just last week. So we're trying to decide which platform we want to use to have people sign up. So that is to be announced, but we'll definitely let you know when that's available so you can sign up to help. And I think that is it. June 29th. Setup will be really early in the morning. It'll probably mostly be like committee members, but if you really like to haul stuff in, it'll probably be like 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then the festival runs 11 to 4, and then teardown will be right after that. Oh, good question. Okay. It's at the Houston City Hall. So you know how there's like the reflection pool in front? So the festival will be on either side of the reflection pool and also on the streets, you know, next to City Hall. So that whole area will be the festival. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly. Okay, everyone, we're going to break for coffee. Get up, stretch your legs, meet some new people, talk to the old farts you talk to all the time. And we'll meet back here in 10 minutes. We're starting back up. This is for the people outside. Saying. Come on in. We're starting back up. There's still people. All right, welcome back. Our main talk today will be by Dr. Friedman. He is a professor of physics at Sam Houston State University in Huntsville, Texas. His research background is theoretical solid state and chemical physics. He received his Ph.D. at the University of Illinois and has been a volunteer with the Citizens Climate Lobby for more than 8 years. He's going to be talking about how CCL is engaging with lawmakers at the federal level to take action on climate change. Help me in welcoming Dr. Friedman to the stage.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk to you about Citizens Climate Lobby. So this is an introduction to. I can use this one too. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, this may be better. So maybe I should take my glasses off because I can't. For driving, I have to wear my glasses. Otherwise, I can't see anything. Okay. So I have to tell you that there's no physics in this talk. Of course, that's a lie. And I've been a Citizens Climate Lobby volunteer for approximately 8 years. And one of the reasons I got involved was that I saw that, of course, had gotten concerned about climate change, and I saw that this physicist, Steve Chu, was on the board or something or other of Citizens Climate Lobby, and I respected him, and so then we investigated further, and we liked the organization. So let's see if I know how to use this crazy thing. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let me give you an outline. Now, really, you know, if you want to go to sleep after this, you can. But the most relevant things are our website address and and the motivation. So really all the content is in these two websites. So what are we going to talk about? Okay, so we'll have a brief description of 4 policy areas, and we'll motivate it, and then we'll talk a little bit about our 4 policy areas: carbon fee and dividend, healthy forest, building electrification, and permitting reform. Okay, so again, so maybe you want a book, or you know, maybe you know what a book is. Most people don't know what a book is these days, or a magazine. What's that, right? But I really think that the book of Bill Gates is quite good. Whatever you think of Bill Gates' book is very good. How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. And so I would recommend that book. And another bad thing about modern books is you have them for like a week and then the binding falls apart. This is an excellent book. He really got it bound well. And then another reference, and this is just a couple pages long, but really it captures the key points. It's in Scientific American, February 22nd, 2022, and you've probably heard about this person, Naomi Oreskes. I don't know if that's how you say her name, and she's a professor of history of science at Harvard. She writes every month in Scientific American, which is a magazine, and it's quite good. But this particular article really is really great, I think. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So now I have to start talking about Citizens Climate Lobby, and it's nonpartisan. So we're not either Democrats or Republicans, and it's for lobbying and education, and the purpose is to alleviate climate change, and it was founded in 2007. Well, Roseanne, my wife. Who really arranged for me to give this talk, and she'll say a few words at the end, says, well, it's not 2007, it's 2004. Well, okay, so close enough. But it was founded by Marshall Saunders, and I teach, so we have to have a test even at the beginning, probably unfairly. And this Marshall Sanders, he made his money, well, I think more precisely, his family money was from, it's multiple choice. So everyone, do you have a piece of paper or something so you can write it down? Or okay, how many? Okay, show of hands. You think that might be embarrassing. I might be fired for embarrassing the students. No, okay. A, was it for Lone Star Beer? Was that how the family made the money? Okay, well that's good. Ding Dong Cupcakes, very delicious. Big Red Cola. Slim Jim Meat Snacks. Well, all of these are really, all of these are really delicious things. Or Funyuns onion chips. Okay, well, let me tell you what the answer is. Here it is. Oh, I'm holding it wrong. Big Red Cola. Big Red Cola. And anyone who wants to taste it after the talk, I brought some cups, and it's horrible. It's truly horrible. This guy's had it, I think. But yeah. No, it's totally unnatural. And not only is it totally unnatural, the flavor is like horrendous. But anyway, let me put this here, and after the talk, yes. Yes, right. Okay. But anyway, he became concerned about carbon pollution, basically. And he was involved with another grassroots organization organized by this guy, Sam Daly Harris. Maybe you've heard of him. But Sam Daly Harris is sort of the brain, he helped set up the organization, written some very interesting books about community organisms. But anyway, the focus was to put a price on carbon, and it's collected at the wellhead. That means at the mine or at the oil well or something or other. And there's a practical reason that was advocated, or it is advocated, and it's revenue neutral. So everything you collect will go back to the people on a per family basis. So that's the idea. And any of these things after the talk, I'm happy to talk some more about it. And well, let's. I'm violating my rule, no physics. Well, that's not me. That's Alfred Nobel, and Nobel Prize in Physics 2021. Are there any physicists in the audience? Oh, good. Then I can say whatever I want. No, but anyway, does anyone know who won the 2021 Nobel Prize? Okay, that's good. It's actually for this fellow Parisi. that really has nothing to do with the talk, but actually it has more to do with what I know something, what I can say something sensible about, but it's not relevant. But the people that's relevant to the talk is this Wanabe, and he pioneered simulation of the Earth's climate, and Hasselman, who you hear about extracting climate trends from noisy weather data and identifying patterns of human-induced warming. These were the guys who won it for climate-related things. And, I'm not really going to try to convince you about global warming and all this, but, basically they don't like to give Nobel Prize in physics for things that people think are nonsense. So that's, but it's very interesting to, you can look at the Nobel Prize website and learn some more. And, okay, so what does CCL do? Well, we educate. So this is, I don't know, Grogan's Bill's Farmer's Market in the Woodlands. So we sit out there and talk to people. And there's one very famous person sitting here. Does anyone know who this guy is?
My dad.
That's Emily's dad. That is Emily's dad. So here he is. So here we're educating people and also meeting with the congressional offices. And this is at Crenshaw's office. This is, we're in the Woodlands, we're in Texas 02. Down here, you're probably in Lizzie Fletcher or something, or yeah. So actually, you probably have an easier go of it, so to speak. But we're nonpartisan, so I don't let me get started the wrong direction here. Okay, so now here's a little cartoon. So we're 538 local chapters, 200,000 members, 800 in the Woodlands, and here's a little cartoon. It says, climate change is real, the risk is real. What does this say? Government should take action. And this guy is saying liberal tree huggers. And then the woman is saying, these are Exxon executives. And it turns out that the guys in the previous slide, Roger Ingersoll and Bill Bray, they're actually retired ExxonMobil employees. Okay, so CCL was started for this carbon fee and dividend thing, but there's something kind of new here, and that's the Inflation Reduction Act, the IRA. I think everyone's heard of that. I think Joe Manchin came up with that name. And what is it? Well, it's probably the most significant piece of climate legislation passed in the summer of 2022. And including everything, it's at least $800 billion. And it's probably more. I was checking in the last 2 years, we've taken advantage of about $16,000 worth of tax credits. Okay, and the Citizens Climate Lobby supported it, and there's no price on CO2. We were a little disappointed about that, carbon dioxide, but there is a price on methane, actually. Okay, so let's go on. And one feature of that is the price on methane isn't exactly a carrot, but there's a lot of carrots. There's a picture of a carrot. And carrots. And if you want to hear about the carrots, and talking to people here, it sounded like people knew more about the IRA than I do. But anyway, it's another talk. I'm not going to talk too much about the IRA. And so CCL has broadened the focus to build on the Inflation Reduction Act. So we're not strictly carbon fee and dividend, though that's one of the 4 pillars. Okay, so what is the motivation? Okay, so I'm going to have to connect to the internet here, so this is always dangerous. So what's the motivation for these new policy areas? Well, you get a good idea by looking at this thing called Enroards, and I urge you to download this or connect with your computer. Your phone doesn't work. You really have to use a laptop. And go to that site, and this is we're going to do a few simulations here. It's through the MIT Business School, and one of the people, he probably didn't do anything, but his name is attached to it, or he was an organizer. Maybe he did a lot. That's not fair. John Sturman, he's the MIT Sloan professor. And now there's a limitation on what I'm going to tell you about, or what we're going to see, is that all the solutions we're going to talk about are implemented on a worldwide basis. But there's another thing connected with this. This is down below, and that tells you, well, China did this, and we did that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, very good. Oh, I want to go back. Okay, so I have to click on this. Oh, what happened? Oh, I'm not connected to the internet. Oh, is there a way I can connect to the internet here, I guess is the question. Yeah, so I didn't tell you about this. Yeah, wait a minute. Let me go back to where I was. Sorry about that. Oops. Yeah, here's the. So I want to, so I should get out. I should get out of that.
And then where are your connections?
That's a good question. Okay, that looks good. Now let's see if this will. Let's see. Is this in the right? No, that's wrong. Okay, so this is the Yeah, there I have it. Okay, so I want to explore okay, so here we are. So let's see what we have here. If I can close this. No. Oops, sorry about that. Let's do it like this, if there's enough room. Okay, so I think this kind of gives you an idea. So this is the Enroards simulator. So the left graph is the status quo. This is what, according to our best knowledge, this is what's going to happen. Temperature rise of 6 degrees Fahrenheit, which, there's all sorts of bad consequences, basically. But, and that's by 2100. But anyway, this is our mix of energy currently. You have, coal is brown, oil is oily, gas is blue, renewables are green, and bioengineering, nuclear. And the idea is, okay, so we don't, what people like is if we could keep global warming down to, let's say, 2 or 1.5 C, then we're going to be much better off. Well, how do we do that? What scenario what should we do? That's really what we're concerned about. CCL, as my wife says, very practical organization. Okay, so does anyone have any suggestions? What should we do? Yeah, I think you're very practical too. I looked at one of your human hands solve human problems. Right. So who wants to volunteer? What should we do? Solar. Okay, so let's see. You see that tab over there? I guess renewables. That you probably can do it even more precisely, but that's. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that, but probably you can. So let's say we really push renewables. Hydrogen, I'm not sure if I can do that. I'll have to look on the things, and then I probably can do everything, but I can't do everything. But you see, I think the point is that if we really push renewables, and if you go into this drop down, these 3 buttons here, you can see, you might say, well, I'm a physicist, I need to know, what the hell are you doing here? Well, you can figure it out, but anyway, I'll get to you in a minute, but you don't get much bang for your buck. What would you suggest?
Nuclear.
Okay, nuclear. Oh, okay, new nuclear. Well, now I have to reset. Now, where's my reset thing? Yeah, you see, I just reset, so that swirly thing is the reset. So I see nuclear here. Now, you might object, this isn't new nuclear, but you can look at the later on your own. You can look at the what this means. But I don't think this is highly misleading. Let's see if we go to. You don't get much. Part of the reason, and you can see why you don't get much, is that in any possible scenario, you can't build it out that fast. And the problem is that CO2 stays in the atmosphere a long time. So really in this game, quick is beautiful. Quick is beautiful. If you can do something fast, that's good. And another, from this side of the room. What if you reduce coal? Reduce coal, okay. Well, let's even do better. Let's highly something or other. And I have to do it the right way if it starts going with the opposite direction. Yeah, that might be interesting, actually. So let me go back to this. Now, where's the coal? So let's say we go to the, so this is, let's say we subsidize coal. Well, well, at least it makes sense because that's worse, right? So we're kind of doing an experiment the opposite direction. Let's say we really get rid of it. It's good, but it's not a silver bullet. Now Roseanne, what should we pick?
Let's put a price on carbon.
Price on carbon. Oh, are you sure about that? I don't like prices.
I'd like to see it try. Yeah, I'd like to see you try it.
Okay, well let me get rid of the swirly. Let me reset. And where is the price on carbon? So let's see. Carbon price. Let's say we really jack it up. Ooh. Now. I should say that if you look at what's being proposed on that, it's not to put a price on carbon tomorrow to $200 a ton. That's not what's being proposed. It's a gradual ramp. I don't know what it is, $20 a ton per year. So, well, maybe, yeah, probably 20 per ton per year. So, you're talking about a 20 year, 20 year, yeah, because probably the economy can't stand it if we put $200 a ton tomorrow, but that's the idea. Now, we're still not at 2.4C. Let's see if we did something else. Well, you can throw in some things. Let's say we really, yes. Oh, that's an interesting one. Actually, it doesn't have that much impact. But let me reset everything. Let me do one more. Let's say, hold on to that thought. Let's say we did methane, and then we did say energy efficiency, and no, transport. That's I think buildings is the one. That's the one where you get the bang for the buck. Yeah, these are some things you can do. Let's say you'd,
Plant a trillion trees.
okay, afforestation. Yeah, that's not bad. So basically, the idea that I'm trying to get across, and you should really try it yourself, is that you put a price on carbon, and then you do some of these other things, and they'll get you down below 2. The price on carbon, some of these things they don't have as much effect once you put the price on carbon because basically they're implemented anyway. But let's go back to population. One of the reasons that population, I believe, I'd have to check this again, but it doesn't have as big effects as you suspect, is because really the people who are creating this carbon pollution, it's not the people in Africa, it's the people in the U.S., China, Europe. So and again, you're talking about, maybe in 20 years, Africa's going to have a big effect, but really, it's hard to get CO2 out of the atmosphere. That's the gist. We need to do something now. Let's say we did population. Let's say, which way do we go here? Well, this is if we really have high growth. But let's say we really limit the population. It didn't make that much difference, really. So that's and this is we're looking at. Again, we're looking through 2100. Yes?
I know there are advances in carbon capture. How is that?
Well, that's a very interesting question. That can have some. Let's go back to. Let's say we put the price on carbon. You have to put a price on carbon no matter what. Yeah, let's say we go to carbon removal. Let's go to, I think that has a pretty sizable effect. If you have a high price on carbon and you have technology, then that will do something, right? Do you want me to go with the swirly thing? Yes. What do you want me to? Okay. Yeah. It's if someone else wants me to do another scenario, I'm happy to do it. Building electrification is good. Now you see, let's say we don't have the price on carbon. So where's the building electrification? That's electrification. Yeah, right. Well, not so great actually. But maybe if we put a price on carbon with building. Well, okay, let's go with, let's say, building electrification, price on carbon. You get something, but not great. Energy efficiency, I think, is quite good, too. Yeah, some of these things, there's a feedback between them, so you really have to look at this kind of carefully. Yeah, here's transportation. What does that do? Where is that? Oh, yeah, you guys know this better than I do. Energy efficiency. Yeah, that's okay. So that's good. Electrification. Well, it's quite interesting. This methane thing is actually quite good. The good thing about methane is that methane is the half-life, or God knows what, in the atmosphere is pretty short. So if you take care of it now, that's good, right? Because then it'll die off, right?
But excuse me, what does pretty short mean? It's still pretty long.
I think it's 20 years as opposed to 200 years. Okay, am I over my time yet? Right, but it's shorter. It decays fast. It'll. Yeah, I don't know what the numbers are. If there's a physicist in the audience, they can tell me. But I think so too. You're talking 200 years. Methane, you're talking 200. It might be worse for CO2, but methane, I think you're talking 20 years. So that's one of the reasons. You get rid of it now, you're going to really have an effect. Yes. When.
Do you know how to bring the temperature increase by 2100 down to zero?
I think I think the belief is, I'm not a climate scientist, but you can bring it down to under 2, and then you can adapt with that, and then I think the belief is that with carbon capture you might be able to reverse things, maybe, but carbon capture is kind of pie in the sky as I see it right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that model have anything can take agriculture?
Yeah, it has agriculture. Agriculture is important. That's part of methane. Part of methane is agriculture, so that's fertilizer and cows and God knows what. So that's included in there. So yeah, it's included in the model. Now this is kind of a parameterized model. And we're not running a climate simulation. It's a parameterization of the simulation. So I should just make. I see a hand. Oh, you have a question? Okay. One more. Yes. Question?
It's gone now. But
Oh, good. No. What? Maybe I can answer your question without. Oh, there we go. Oh, what?
I'm wondering about how the model is created. I know you are not the one who created the model, but for the price on carbon, you mentioned there's probably a feedback loop, and one of the reasons why it's so effective is as you increase the price on carbon, you're also affecting coal.
Yeah, right.
So I'm wondering about, when we move carbon price all the way to very high, then we're toggling with other things if we're double counting.
Supposedly not. Supposedly not.
So even though with the price of carbon being very high, you can still then toggle, coal all the way down, and we're not double counting.
No, because you can tell from the model that I can sort of demonstrate that, but I won't because I'm so bad with the model. But let's say you put the price on. Let's say you do something or other, you get a 0.2 degree difference, and without the price on carbon, then you put the price on carbon, then you don't get an extra 0.2 difference. On some of these things. On some of the things you will.
So you can just fully increase the price of carbon and then toggle with everything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And my other question was just seeing that the graph starts in 2000, it seems, and we're now in 2024. Have there been any updates?
Oh yeah. It's updated with the IRA.
Starting now
Yeah.
and moving
Yeah. The IRA makes a difference on all of these things. I think, and also the temperature that makes a difference. And
So we go in 2024, and that breakdown in the status quo is the breakdown that we're seeing.
yeah, I think it is, to the best of my knowledge. Yes.
So has CCL come up with a formula that would be best at achieving, reducing the?
Well, I think our program. Maybe I'll show you some slides, but basically put the price on carbon, and then these 3 other areas: permitting reform, building electrification, and forestation. And we're lobbying for specific bills. So let me go on, and if people have questions, I'd be happy to answer them after the presentation. Oh, how do I get out of this crazy thing? Escape. Oh, did I get out? Or now I want to get back to my. Yeah. It should get out of here. Safari. Quit Safari. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here we go. If I'm, I hear you have a time limit, and that there's a trap door here. but anyway, so these are some examples of the policy areas. To answer your question, price on carbon, healthy forest, permitting reform, building efficiency and electrification. And for example, one of the things that we're supporting is this, the carbon price. Canada has it. There's a specific bill that we lobby for. This is HR 5744. Now let me just quickly go ahead. Okay, so you can go to the website and, you know, if you're not an economist or something, then, you know, this is quite a good thing to see how this thing works. And healthy forests, and here's some examples, specific acts. So it's very specific. It's not pie in the sky, so to speak. Nothing wrong with pie, though. The Forest Act, Growing Climate Solution Act, and let's go on to something else. Permitting reform. You hear a lot about permitting reform, and that there's really a great bill, and it has a great name, the Big Wires Act. And this is something that would be really helpful. It connects the power grids from, except Texas, of course. that goes without saying. I don't know if any of you saw there's a show on Apple TV which I think is pretty good. Extrapolations. Did anyone see Extrapolations? I think it's a fantastic show, and there everyone's doing something, but then Texas secedes from the United States in this show. And maybe that's not unrealistic, but anyway. But extrapolations, if you really want to see the effects of climate change, I think it's pretty realistic, actually, and horrifying. Okay, so anyway, big wires, and so on and so forth. And if you want to see how you can get some money, go to this Rewiring America. And that's about it, I guess. And Roseanne has one thing to say. Roseanne insisted that she say something, so I better be careful. No, I have to let her speak.
Well, you can see why I wanted him to give this talk. But really, to take the theoretical of what is on the board and make it grassroots practical. The reason why I love CCL as an organization is it's very practical. It's very low-hanging fruit. We want to cap methane wells. We don't go after cow burps so much. You know what I mean? So we're not going into a congressman's office and saying, chicken, chicken, you're a fish. We offer them something that they can say yes to. Like, for instance, we went into, well, anyway, the reason why you should join us is because we are practical. And we are boots on the ground, and we are human hands solve human problems. Climate change is real. We caused it. It's here. It's big. It's a big problem. But as Greta Thunberg said, the more you work at something, the more hope there is. So sign up. We left the sign-up sheets on the outside. Please join us. So when we go to the congressman's office, we can say, well, yesterday we had 800 people. Today we have 1,002. So who are you is the first question they'll ask. And we'll say we are growing. And the more we grow, the bigger our voice is. And you know, when Martin Luther King went to LBJ told him, make a wave. Give me something I can do something with. And that's basically, our congressmen are not our leaders, they're our listeners. And we let them know as much as they talk to us about the bills going on in Congress. So, and sometimes our success stories are simply having the congressman sit quietly. And that's a big success story. And we'll take our successes when we can get them. So please sign up. Thanks.
Please sign up. And it's lucky that there's no trap door here. So.
We're going to get it installed on every single
Yeah,
seat.
you better get one installed there.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Send it to one of us, and then we will forward it to whoever. Yes. They're doing a lot of important work, guys. So if you definitely sign up for the sheet that's out there to get information and to plug into what they're doing. We are getting very close to time, so we're going to skip break, guys. Sorry, but you talked to your office, so that's good. You got all your questions answered. Did you get your contact information, everybody, or give it to me, and then we'll send it out to everybody afterwards? So we're going to jump right into our musical performance. Is that okay, Ken? No, you did great. I mean, you can see how many questions you got, so that's definitely. We're just going to have you back. That's all that means.
And everybody must drink some
Big Red.
There's a minor chord there. This one probably has 2 minor chords in it. Minor chords are ominous, huh? This song started to be about a cool pop I took away from my little brother when we were kids. I was 8, he was 5. That's a big difference. He's there in the kitchen getting ready to eat this cool pop, and I just walked in and took it away from him, and he was already opening and give me that cool pop. No. My brother just turned 70 years old. He's still complaining about me taking that cool pop away from him, dang it. It was the best damn cool pop I ever had in my life. But somewhere along in the process of writing this song, this guy here that you'll hear took over. But I do promise all of you, I will get back to that cool pop. Here come old Razzmatazz. He don't like nothing but jazz. Always saying things like, yeah, crazy. He snap his finger bone. He play air slide trombone. Eyes deep and dark and hazy. Razzmatazz, they call him Razzmatazz. The only name he has, and he dressed real sweet. If it don't swing, he don't sing, 'cause he gotta have a beat. Bomb, chicka, papa, Razzmatazz. You picture Raz with sunglasses walking down the street doing. Slim by the wing on a Joseph wave. Boom, shaka, laka, laka, boom, 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 bow, wow. That rhymes with wow, wow, and that rhymes with how. How. Here come old Razzmatazz. He don't like nothing but jazz, and his girlfriend's name is Bebop-a-loop-bop-a-daisy. He go his way alone, ain't got no telephone. Always saying things like, yeah, crazy. Razzmatazz, they call him Razzmatazz. The only name he has, he got big feet. And if it don't swing, it don't mean a thing. Just gotta have a boom jigga booba jigga booba jigga Razzmatazz. Take it away, Wayne. he hails from Alcatraz. He don't eat meat, they rhyme. And if it don't swing, it don't ring a ding, ding a ding. Gotta have a boom, jigga, boom, a jigga, boom, a jigga, razzmatazz. Gotta have, and you gotta have a do, whack-a-do, 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 whack-a-do. You know, Raz walk around saying things like, life is like a cool pop. You remember your first cool pop? Man, I do. Patty Tate gave it to me. I was over visiting the Tate sisters, and there was Patty with a big old blue one in her hand. I said, what's that, Patty? She says, that's a cool pop, Kenny. I said, can I have one? She says, sure, Kenny. Little sister Donna gave that little sister laugh, because little sisters know things. She reached in that freezer, pulled out a big old red one, put it in my little hands. I had no idea what to do with that. But luckily, my little sharp incisors cut through that plastic husk. I got my first taste and went, oh yeah. I ripped that top off and took myself a proper bite. And then I took myself another proper bite. Another bite, man, I could not get enough of that cool pop. But finally, just like all cool pops, all that was left in my little hands was that plastic husk with just a little bit of juice down there in the bottom. Could have saved it, put it back in the freezer, but that ain't what life nor cool pop's about. I turned that thing upside down like, and then there I was finally, with that empty plastic husk in my hand. Big old red smile on my face, my tongue was red. Oh, that was fine. Yeah, that was cool pop. Gotta have a beat. Yeah. Crazy. Thank you very much. We're going to get jazzy on you here. Appreciate y'all. It's good to see everybody here. It's good to play with Wayne again. Here's an example of a song I wrote with how studying people like Johnny Mercer and Duke Ellington. Yeah, it might have been the night, might have been the moon, might have been the sight of other lovers in the room, might have been my imagination, but didn't we just fall in love? Could have been a sigh, could have been a song, could have been the wine to help the mood along. Could have been the combination. Didn't we just fall in love? Unless it's just some little thing I miss. Best guess it must have been the first time we kissed with so much sweet temptation. Fall in love. I should have seen it coming. Should have smelled perfume. Should have heard the humming of bees around the bloom. Should have known that old sensation. Didn't we just fall in love? Everybody can dance. guess it must have been first time we kissed with so much sweet temptation to fall in love. I should have seen it coming, should have smelled perfume, should have heard the humming of bees around the bloom, should have known that old sensation. Didn't we just fall in love? Didn't we just fall in love? Didn't we just fall in love? Thank y'all very much.
Awesome. Amazing. Amazing. KenGaines.com. All right, everybody. We are going to jump right into some rapid fire announcements. Most importantly, lunch today. It will be right after at Spicer Girl, I believe. Spicer Girl is at 917 Winburn Street. They have parking there, so you just need to validate. Keep your receipt, and you can validate and get out that way. And we have BYOL and potluck lunch every second and fourth Sundays. The next Sunday is going to be a very special one. It is going to be a board game potluck. So it will be in rooms 112 and 113, I believe. Let me double check that. Yes, 112 and 113. Please bring your favorite brunch dishes if you want to join us. There's a sign-up sheet. Jacob left it outside for the games. So if you have some that you want to bring, go ahead, fill that out, please. Saturday, May 11th, we have the Houston Oasis board meeting at 10 a.m. at Ken's Mediterranean Restaurant. That's 5000 Westheimer, Suite 602A. Houston Cards meets every week. Contact Richard at richard@houstenoasis.org for more details on that. Blues Night is coming up May 23rd. That's Thursday at the Big Easy. See Will for details. Saturday, May 25th, we have a family-friendly summer movie series going on, the Garfield movie. He's back, y'all. Check out our meetups. That's usually where we'll post a lot of these events also. And the book club meets May 29th. The book this time is The Cat Who Saved Books. Okay. Contact who for that? Ginger or Ted at theodore@houstonoasis.org to be added to the mailing list. Okay, a couple more announcements. Voter registration is happening. So if you are in Harris County, go see Will. He is a registered voter registrar. For Fort Bend, you can actually talk to Kelly. She is for Fort Bend. You are a voter registrar for Fort Bend. Okay. And I think that might be everything. If you filled out a survey, thank you very much. If you have not filled out a survey, please consider doing that. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. Love you.